Have you ever felt like you're just going through the motions, stuck in a routine? Today, I want to talk about someone who completely shattered the idea of a normal life, and in doing so, changed the world forever. His insights on life, learning, and success are just as revolutionary as his scientific theories. Let's start with one of his most famous ideas. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Think about that. Spend so much time in school memorizing facts and figures, but he believed that our ability to dream, to envision what isn't there yet, is our greatest power. Knowledge tells you what is, but imagination shows you what could be. He put it another way: logic will get you from A to B. Imagination will take you everywhere. Isn't that an exciting thought? The world wasn't changed by people who just accepted things as they were. It was changed by those who imagined something different. This idea ties directly into how he viewed personal growth. Anyone who has never made a mistake has never tried anything new. We're often so afraid of failing, of looking foolish. But he saw mistakes as badges of honor. They are proof that you're pushing boundaries, that you're stepping out of your comfort zone. It's like his other famous quote: life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. Standing still is the surest way to fall over. You have to keep pedaling, keep trying, even if you wobble or take a tumble. In the middle of every difficulty, there's an opportunity waiting to be found. So, how do we keep moving and keep trying new things? The secret, he believed, was simple: curiosity. He humbly said, "I have no special talent. I am only passionately curious." It wasn't about being a genius. It was about having an unquenchable thirst to understand. He urged us, the important thing is not to stop questioning. Think about kids and how they constantly ask why. They haven't learned to be embarrassed by not knowing. He believed we should carry that childlike wonder throughout our lives. He even said, the pursuit of truth and beauty is a sphere of activity in which we are permitted to remain children all our lives. This brings us to a really interesting point about education. He had a rather rebellious view of traditional schooling. He famously quipped, "Education is what remains after one has forgotten what one has learned in school." And, even more pointedly, "It's the only thing that interferes with my learning is my education." What did he mean by this? He wasn't against learning. He was against a system that prioritizes memorization over true understanding. Never memorize something that you can look up, he advised. Instead, focus on developing your ability to think, to solve problems, to be creative. He believed that wisdom is not a product of schooling, but of the lifelong attempt to acquire it. Real learning doesn't end when you get a diploma. That's when it truly begins. So, if success isn't about acing tests or climbing a corporate ladder, what is it about? He had a profound answer. Try not to become a man of success, or rather, try to become a man of value. This is such a powerful shift in perspective. Society often pushes us to chase success, money, fame, status. But he suggested we should focus on what we give, not what we get. The value of a man, he said, should be seen in what he gives and not in what he is able to receive. He believed that only a life lived for others is a life worthwhile. It's about contributing something to the world, making it a slightly better place than you found it. It's focused on value over success leads to a different kind of life. He observed that a calm and modest life brings more happiness than the pursuit of success, combined with constant restlessness. This mindset also shapes how we interact with the world and with each other. He warned, weakness of attitude becomes weakness of character. If we are cynical, arrogant, or indifferent, it corrodes who we are. He also cautioned against blind obedience, stating, "Blind belief in authority is the greatest enemy of truth." We have a responsibility to think for ourselves, to question what we're told, and to see with our own eyes. Small is the number of people who see with their eyes and think with their minds, he lamented. This leads to his most urgent and perhaps most famous warning for humanity. The world is a dangerous place to live. It's not because of the people who are evil, but because of the people who don't do anything about it. It's a chilling reminder that our silence and inaction in the face of problems can be just as destructive as the problems themselves. We can't just be passive observers. He challenged us by saying, we cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. We need to elevate our consciousness, to change our fundamental approach to the challenges we face, whether they are personal or global. So, what can we take away from all of this? First, embrace your imagination. Let it run wild. It's not frivolous. It's your most powerful tool for creation and change. Casey said, creativity is intelligence, having fun. Second, never stop being curious. Ask questions. Make mistakes. See failure not as an endpoint, but as a crucial part of the learning process. Remember, the only source of knowledge is experience. Third, redefine your idea of success. Instead of chasing external validation, strive to be a person of value. Focus on what you can contribute, how you can help, and the impact you can have. And finally, take responsibility. Think for yourself, challenge the status quo, and don't be a bystander when you see something wrong. Okay? His wisdom teaches us that a meaningful life isn't about having all the answers. It's about asking the right questions. It's about finding joy in mystery, growing through challenges, and using our unique gifts to serve something larger than ourselves. As he beautifully put it, learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. The important thing is to not stop questioning.